Okay, here we're trying to get this piece to match up in free block mode with this piece. And as you can see, it's not very easy to make the edges match up nicely because the pivot is on the bottom for both of these pieces, but we want the tops to match up. So we can do this with FreeMacroblock Mode. We got to start by making an anchor block that's going to go here. So we'll use this piece in place this one, which is going to be the first part of our anchor in normal block mode, and then we're going to use this piece as our anchor. We want to place our anchor so that we can utilize FreeMacroblock clip snapping to create a clean connection. So we'll go up here and we'll pitch this block to be exactly slope 2, and then we match up the pivot point with the top of the block because the pivot point of this block is on the bottom, and we want to have the connection. It's important that the connection of our anchor is to make the top smooth. So then we use snapping to place one right below it, and now we have a perfectly placed anchor. So we will lock this in by going into selection mode, so the selection tool, make sure you have select both of these blocks and then save it as a new macro block. And I have a couple of folders of macro blocks that I've saved of anchors. You can just save them as a temporary one. So now we have this in our macro block folder. It's this one, and you can see that let me go back to here. The one that you see, the block that you see when you place it is the one that was, it's the piece, you don't see the anchor, you only see the piece that was placed in normal block mode. Once you place it, then you can see the anchor appears here. So now what we want to do is create the other side of this, the other piece that's going to snap to this one. So grab one of these, grab this anchor piece and place it in normal block mode. And then we want to grab our deco piece, and we want to place it so that the top of, you can see the top of this piece is going to be on the top of this. So we want the tops to match up. If we place it like this, it's too high. So we have to go to free block mode. We go to free block mode. We can see it's tilted, so we press, we can zero that out. So now this is too high. We want to place it exactly like this. Now they're intersecting, and the tops are exactly in the same place. So back to the selection tool, select both of these, make sure they're both selected, save this as a new macro block. Okay, so now we go back to macro blocking and we select this one. And now what we need to do is go to free macro block mode. And you can see we see our anchor here, and now when we move it close to the other one, it snaps to the other anchor. This is exactly what we want. So it's snapped to our anchor now. We could place another one even. Okay, but this looks really bad, obviously. This is some flickering. So when we're all done, we can delete the anchors. And now what we're left with is a clean connection. You can see there's a little bit of flickering up here because it's overlapping different textures. But if we go into racing mode, we can see that there's really nothing. It's perfectly connected. There's no, yeah. And you can apply this to basically any connection. The important thing is that the anchor block, the piece that you want, you need to make sure that you place at least one piece of the macro block in normal block mode because that's what things will snap. That's what will do the snapping.